Well, Lamar Jackson is very likely headed to not only his second league MVP, but also his second All-Pro first-team selection. This, despite the fact he finished just 19th in passing yards per game this season and 11th in passing touchdowns.
What?
Of course, the Ravens did finish with the number 1 seed in the AFC this season, but that was likely because of Baltimore's historic defense, which became the first defense in modern NFL history since the AFL-NFL merger in 1966 to lead the league in points allowed, sacks, and takeaways. While his defense posted historic numbers, Jackson was just an average quarterback this year, posting a line of 3,678 yards and 24 touchdowns on 67.2% completion percentage. For comparison's sake, the quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers, the number 1 seed in the NFC, Brock Purdy, posted a passing line of 4,280 yards and 31 touchdowns on 69.4% completion. Oh, and Purdy also led the league in both QBR and QB rating, in case you were wondering. But sure, let's just gift wrap Lamar his second league MVP by just the age of 27.
It's a complete crap.
2 league MVPs. That is as many as Joe Montana, while it is more than Dan Marino and Drew Brees combined.
What the hell's going on out here?
For a guy who has never thrown for 4,000 yards in a single season and has only 1 season where he has thrown more than 26 touchdown passes. Amid an era where offensive inflation is so extreme, a rookie just threw for 4,000 yards in his first season this year, and he missed 2 full games. Yet this absolute middling to below average passer now has 2 league MVPs.
It's garbage!
And a $260 million contract to go along with it. Well, after his most recent playoff collapse, he will likely be picking that game check up this week in a ski mask.
Hey, give me your money.
Because that joke league MVP the writers gifted him wasn't going to mean much of anything if he gagged in the playoffs yet again as the heavy odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl. But predictably, that is exactly what Lamar Jackson just did. Was there ever any doubt?
Never.
What an absolute utter and prolific pants-shitting session Lamar just laid down against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Diddly poo.
As his legendary defense did their jobs and held a Patrick Mahomes offense to just 17 points. Not just that, they shut him out in the second half. But that clearly wasn't good enough for league MVP Lamar Jackson, who mustered just 10 points for the game. As the loss drops Lamar to 0-4 now in his postseason career when his defense allows more than 13 points.
What?
Yes, you heard that right. Lamar is now 2-4 in his playoff career, with the only 2 wins coming against a team quarterbacked by Ryan Tannehill, and just last week against a rookie quarterback where his defense gave up only 10 points. And this is now the second time in Jackson's career that he has found himself at home as a substantial favorite and the league MVP and failed to get it done. Nah, this guy ain't it. Not only is he not him, he isn't even a viable top 5 player at his own position right now. Never was. And yet, 2 league MVPs. He now has as many league MVPs as he does playoff wins.
Oh, what a loser!
Oh, I know. He just must not have enough help. Lamar now has just 6 passing touchdowns in his 6 career postseason games to go along with 6 interceptions.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Oh, but of course, as the robust amount of Lamar jock-sniffing apologists in the mass media will have you know, we have to factor in this guy's ground game. After all, he is more of a running back than a quarterback. So sure, let's take a look at it. He has 3 rushing touchdowns and has lost 2 fumbles in his playoff career. So overall, in 6 playoff games, Jackson has accounted for 9 touchdowns and 8 turnovers.
Not bad for a running back.
Meanwhile, he is completing just 57% of his passes, and his career passer rating in the playoffs now sits at just 79.7.
It's a complete crap.
Yeah, that is below not good.
Below not good.
That is currently lower than Jake Delhomme, Vinny Testaverde, and Chad Pennington.
Not bad for a running back.
And in what appeared to be as winnable of an AFC as we have seen in years, with the Chiefs frankly having a down year, losing 6 games, ditto with Buffalo, and of course, Cincinnati taken out of play when they lost Burrow with a broken wrist. If he couldn't get it done this season, he never will. So to all of you Lamar Jackson apologists, lurking and pontificating your sermons from some undeserving mass media pulpit, once and for all.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
Because no matter how many more preposterously undeserving media accolades this fraud steals throughout the course of his massively overrated career, he has been exposed as the loser that he really is when the lights are at their brightest.